Hello and welcome to the show. We are back on GTA 5 with some more racing and with the great grid shuffling around as Team Orange do some burnouts. We've got, one of the the most recently released car going racing today for our second race. We're starting off with a little bit of Saloon car racing. The shafter, oh dear, that's gone quite poorly wrong. Quickly, get back to our grid spot. It's not very often you have to navigate around cars doing donuts as you go the wrong way down a track to get to your grid spot. Starting off with, some sedan racing, some hopefully good touring car action. The shafter, tailgater, my personal favourite of the Saloons, and the Fugitive. Then we'll have the Emerus up next, the new McLaren Senna alike. This particular track, built by Fluffy, is a really rather neat little circuit. Plenty fast, a little bumpy in places, got to watch out. These cars will be fine. The Senna car will be sketchy as anything. You don't want to fall off around here. If you fall off, it's very difficult to get back on it, as we are going to go a good start. You know, we've got through the opening corners. Hyper might have had a controller problem. Oh no, disconnected. There are some server issues going on tonight as we're filming this. We've had a lot of issues getting people connected. It's kind of a smaller race than we would potentially normally have. We've had issues, so to speak, and by the looks of it we might continue to have them. It's GTA being GTA. We're up to 8th position. The only thing you've got to watch out with this circuit is the checkpoints. Just a couple of places the checkpoints are a little far away from the apex, so you've got to be aware you can get yourself in trouble. Now in these cars through here, everything is, it's quick. When you take this in the Emerus, it's unbelievably grippy. You've just got to watch for that. That can catch you out in anything if you are bobbling along the bumpy streets of Los Santos. We've done okay to work our way up to 6th. We'll be in the lead pack in no time, and then we will have to try and fight with this, not make any silly mistakes. We're a little too far back from the draft. That's a pain. Although they're going to go 4 wide. Don't go 4 wide down there, folks. 3 wide is very sketchy. 2 wide is not really ideal through there. It's so fast. 3 wide is very sketchy. They made it through. Some paint swapping was done. There was definitely some paint on the wall through all of that. We've got a mega run on the outside. They've all got connected on the inside. Oh, I nearly snucked it. Oh, it's this calamity. It's a disastrous walk on. Literally the entire field got involved in that one. Cars got stuck together on the inside. I thought I'd stuck around the outside. It was going to vanish away, but no. I think I got spun back across the track at me. And everybody... That might be the best track blocking crash we've managed to do with us lot. That was a full track blocking crash, and that came from... Oh, that was a squeeze. That was a little bit of a squeeze. If you carried too much speed around that final corner, it didn't work. Oh, we've got to be careful there. Okay, we're fit. We're still gained from where we started quite a lot on that first lap, despite a massive accident. Scotty's going to run to the inside there. Oh, he's still got the slipstream off of the car ahead. Is it Danger Man? Is it Ninetales? It's Ninetales. There, we get a big run. If we can get in the slipstream of Brazen, we might even be able to get ourselves up to... I think we're just going to bring Ninetales with us, and Ewan potentially as well here. Just a mass charge down this long straight. Liam is going to be up the inside, side by side. Now, this is where you've got to be careful with the checkpoints. That one on the inside is quite easy to get wrong, as we're now 3 wide for the lead, side by side. Oh no, we're now 3 wide for 3rd, technically speaking. It chops and changes, and I'm trying to stay out of trouble for a little bit. We're not going to win the race on this lap, but we can certainly get ourselves in a lot of trouble. Ninetales pings off of the curb. I ping off of the next one. Some 2-wheeled antics from all of us. It's fine. Oh, 3 wide. Brazen, don't miss the checkpoint doing that one. Oh, I got a little squeeze through that section. Scotty leads. There's been, unfortunately, a little bit of a... maybe issues like we had. Oh, I don't think that car knew I'd gone that way. There's now a little bit of lag as well. There's quite a fair bit of lag going on. Yeah, the Rockstar Cloud servers are having funky times, apparently. Let's go for this lap around. Let's not go for the same big crash that we had last time around. I think it was like that little shunt there, and they just got stuck together, and once they couldn't pull away from the crash, you're just at the mercy of the physics, and you just hope that it doesn't murder you. But it did. It murdered everyone. And there we go. Scotty's going to jump up the inside of me. I was trying to get to that tighter line, but just couldn't make it stick in the end. We passed Ninetales. Oh, and again, we've got a little bit squeeze. I think cars aren't realising they're 3 wide positions, and I... Sorry, Ninetales. My bad. Moved across, go and try to get some slipstream. Again, just don't necessarily realise there's a car there that you either end up in front of or block in, and It's difficult to look every which direction in GTA 5. We do with some mirrors. Really could do with some mirrors, but there we go. Oh no, that's a big slide for me. There goes all my momentum. Brazen did exactly the same thing as me. I mean, the good news for me here is Brazen's done the same thing, which means at least I have a slipstream partner. So Brazen will draft up to the back of me, fly past. We will then go in the slipstream of Brazen. We will fly past and catch up, hopefully, to the pack ahead. And we won't fight each other too hard, because again, this stage of the race, we aren't... Oh, no. I was mega committed to that corner, and then there was 2 cars in the way. Yeah, I mean, at this stage, okay, we're on the penultimate lap, but there's no point fighting over 6th when there's a chance you can catch up to the lead group. So, yeah, everyone's generally sensible enough, happy enough to do a little bit of work together. It's when it gets to the final lap, that's when things get, let's say, get interesting. That's when there'll be more take and less give, I think. That is a fair way to put it. And Pega leads from Gliska and Liam still going side by side. In fact, Gliska might actually have a big dive onto the motorway. It's a very big dive. It's a fast corner that leads you onto the motorway here. We've got a big run. We've got a big run, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere with it, really. Not at this corner. Impega loses the back end. That's why I'm not driving the shafter. I think the Tailgater is the only all-wheel drive car here. I'm driving the Tailgater not because it's all-wheel drive, but because I love the Tailgater. Back in the very early days of GTA 5, I remember this being an incredibly rare car. I spent ages trying to get hold of it because, yeah, it is a very, very difficult car to acquire in GTA Online, and I always just liked it. I know it's like Michael's car in single player and whatnot, but yeah, something about it. I've always liked the Tailgater. That's why I'm running it here, even though it's potentially not the fastest car. That was a little sneaky of me. It almost caused... I almost spun myself on Impega's car there. Ooh, okay. Interesting information for the final lap because, well, this is it. This is the final lap here. You might be able to fend off a slipstream run if you are the leader. If you get the lead before that final corner, you might be able to fend off a slipstream run. So... Oh, damn it, Gliska's got in a slipstream with Impega and I've got nowhere to go. Scotty's to the lead down there. Can we follow you? And no, Ninetales is over that part as well. We slipped to 7th in all of this. Ninetales takes a big lead down this section. Now, there's going to be cars on the inside. We'll give Brazen some space. I knew there'd be somebody there, so I didn't want to cut across all the way to the apex. Oh, bounce across that curb. It's still 2x2. Gliska's, we've got back in traffic a little bit here. It's not really what I want. We've got to try and bring ourselves back up through this if we're going to stand a chance. The motorway, and being this far back might help us on the motorway section. Scotty's gone. Scotty's binned it. That's actually, Scotty might have taken out Brazen and Liam in that one. Unfortunately, just bounced it sideways. Too much oversteer. Brazen might still just about get us into this fight if we're going to do this. Yep, Brazen will be in the fight if we're doing that shenanigans. We get a big run now to 3rd place, but that's all we'll get. Tailgaters unite on the run towards the next corner, but Impega won't have any space. He won't go 3 wide through there. We are still side by side. I think Ewan clipped the barrier. It's me and Impega that have got away from that one. Yeah, Ewan brushed the barrier on the way through there, and that is not what you want to be doing. Is Impega going to try anything fancy? No, Impega's happy to sit and wait, which is kind of fair enough. What Impega wants to do is pass on the run down here. Impega wants to do basically what I did to Gliska last time out with the shafter. Can he get past? Yes. I am not going to get time, I don't think. No, I haven't got the speed. I think the shafter is a slightly faster car in a straight line as well. Impega takes it. So we will have to settle for a 2nd. Brazen gets 3rd. Unlucky to Ewan. Just brushed the barrier. And the problem is once you've brushed that barrier, when you've got that group of cars around, there's nowhere they can go. They're going to end up in the back of you. So, yeah, that was unlucky. Ewan ends up down in 6th. Unfortunately, that also took out Gliska. Liam a little bit involved in that as well. Got through it better. Best of that group, basically. Scotty managed to recover to 4th despite spinning into the tree on that final lap. So, there we have it. Danger Man gets fastest lap at 54.9. So, there we go. Good fun track. Good fun cars, and, well, funnily enough, good fun racing. Let's see what the new Supercar will be like. So, here is the new Emerus, the McLaren Senna vehicle for GTA 5. We are going to have an interesting race, I can tell you that much, because these things are brutal. These things are incredibly fast, they're incredibly grippy, but It is, shall we say, driving rather on a knife edge. It is very grippy up until the point where it isn't, at which point it will murder you. Those are kind of your options. You are either glued to the road, or if you've overstepped the boundaries by a millimetre, you are pointing the wrong way and having a massive accident. That's literally all you get with this car. It's interesting to drive. Oh, little bit of lag. I don't want to be involved with that. As I said, we've had lots of problems with the servers, so yeah, we're going to have to be a touch careful. This on the bumps is going to be interesting. It's not the worst, but as I said, if you've overstepped that mark, and the bumps can do it sometimes, that will be pain. It will be pain for you. Oh, there's a purple car very wide through there that did overstep the mark and got itself in trouble. We've been nice and careful through this opening section. Danger Man's got up the inside there. It's just it's a similar issue you get with this as you do with the Wagners and the other real high-end cars. These things just change direction so fast, and I mean so fast that trying to know, for example, there I had absolutely no idea. Amazingly, I've been punted to relative safety. I had no idea there's going to be a car up there. You can't react. No else is waiting. It's appreciated. Yeah, not an intentional shoulder barge particularly there. It's just one of those things that can happen. Just misjudged a little bit, and yeah, because you're going so quickly with such a huge amount of grip. Oh, I don't want to be involved in that in any way. Oh, nope. I was trying to keep out of the way of that. Yeah, it's all gone wrong for me. I don't actually think I can get back up onto this platform, can I? There we go. We've made it. Oh, dear. Ugh, sorry, there was no way back on the platform. I thought I'd got myself safe. I thought I got myself clear of that, and just couldn't. They tried to fit too many cars into one piece of road that wasn't a particularly good bit of road for fitting that many vehicles into, because it's a very fast fight. It's a very fast, very bumpy final corner, so it doesn't tend to end all that well. We've got recovery drive time now, and I mean, is there a chance this early in the race? There might be. There's a reason why we want slipstream and catch-up, is if things like that occur, there is still a chance to either work your way through the field or have, potentially fun battles through the field. If you get a little bit stuck in no man's land, you'll probably catch. Now, I would bring Hyper with me if Hyper stays in the slipstream trails. I'm having to bring another car with me to try and catch up to the pack ahead, and then the subsequent pack ahead of that, and just keep going. Stevie's, that's a terrible place to be stuck. I do feel sorry for Stevie. Yeah, that's not a good place to be parked. So yeah, Hyper will go past. I will then sit in the slipstream. Down here, we will... Oh, I was going to say we'll duck out of it down here. We will go past on the run into this corner. I mean, the grip from this thing is just ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy how much speed you can take through a corner. Now, Gliska might have had a coming together with somebody, so we want to work with Gliska. This is again, we could fight over 12. What would be the point in fighting over 12 when there is a chance that us three, with a little bit of teamwork, the three of us might be able to go and now challenge for the top 5 if it all pans out how we want it to, with a clever bit of driving, good bit of driving, and some slipstreaming teamwork. Oh, I got a twitch there that I did not want. Did not mean to go over that direction. That twitch actually kind of, weirdly, that tiniest of just little unsettled moments across a bump kind of screwed up our plans a smidge, because the slipstreaming passing just didn't really happen. Gliska had to bail out of that. You could see how upset the car got, having to try and, I think they were trying to grab the brake, and just, yeah, the whole back end had enough of that shenanigans. There's Scotty with another big twitch. Sorry, Gliska, I'm trying to avoid the green machine that we have put in. I was put into a green machine, I would like to add to that. Yeah, I don't think Gliska even knew there was a car having a twitch on the outside. I don't think Gliska had the faintest idea someone was having a massive accident on the outside of that, as I was trying to avoid, because you're so fast through all of that. Breathe in, and here's the lead pack. We're up to 7th. We have got back to the lead pack. If we can get on the slipstream trails of Liam, we will be here, which we are. Ewan's got into a bit of trouble around there. Now, you see, I'm taking a safe line there. It might not be the quickest line. However, I do feel like it's keeping me out of trouble a little bit, and that is important. Ooh, my turn to get a snap pass. Yeah, that's what I said. You overstep that mark, you are going to be in for a really, really bad time. There's a couple of sort of speeds. Oh, Ewan's fallen off the track. Ewan's gone. Bye-bye to Ewan. There's a couple of times where if you're really quick, you can catch the slides and stop the spin happening, but you lose a lot of time. But me, Hyper, and Gliska have done what we set out to do from basically 12th, 13th, and 14th. We have joined the lead group. Unfortunately, as we have joined the lead group has fallen apart. I don't think that was our doing as such. They managed to do that quite well on their own. We're now up to 4th. Come on, if we can get a 1, 2, 3 with me, Hyper, and Gliska. Gliska was involved in that, I guess, because we're 4th, and that's, well, that turquoise car is not in there. That bump is so savage. Gliska's gone back past again. Yeah, okay, so you can be stupidly fast there, but there's a huge but, and that is if you hit the wall, it's sliding. There was a gap. It was a car's width very briefly. We backed out of it at just the right time, so neither of us spun. Will say, I was expecting these to be horrendously twitchy if they ever made contact with each other, but they don't. They actually deal with contact with each other quite nicely, which is good considering everything else that goes on, because if they didn't, that would be a bad time for all. Can I sneak up the inside here? Is it even a good line? We got past Hyper, but you lose so much. You get a bit of an advantage because you're on a shorter line, but you also don't get the run. You don't get the acceleration out of the corner, as we'll get past Hyper there. Okay, that 5 out of 6, and we are now battling for the lead as we take 2nd away from Liam. Around the outside of turn 1, won't last. Gliska's there, but not got anywhere to go. We will, hopefully, with a little bit of slipstream. No, we don't take the lead briefly. Gliska does. Hyper will shoot past as well. Blakey's come to join us. Don't actually know what happened to Liam. He might got in trouble somewhere. Will we finally take the lead of this race? We do. For the first time since, well, the start line, where I started from pole, we will now lead the race. So I told you, it was doable. I'm sure there were people who doubted me, but it was doable from that far back. Now we've just got to kind of not make any more mistakes. We've had our redemption. Our fight back did occur. Ooh, who's going to be brave? Who's going to lose it on the bumps? Not us. Oh, I love that the 3 of us have now got to the lead. It won't last, of course. There's plenty other vehicles around. Liam and Pega are still in this, but I would love for us 3 to manage to get that 1, 2, 3 position. I've got a good run here, but not going to have anywhere to go with it. Liam and Impega are coming with us. We've got a little bit of a gap to Blakey. Unfortunately, I just had no momentum on that outside through there, which is a little bit of a problem. Impega's got Hyper now. Oh, I got very unsettled on the bumps. That was not ideal. Let's all just check out of that. Liam, yeah, got in a little bit of trouble. There's not really any overtaking opportunities here. It's too narrow. It's so narrow down that section of road. But you don't. So Hyper tried the line that I did last time. Oh, this has got street furnitured. We will get up to 2nd here. Now, don't end up in that wall on the outside. Don't end up with a massive slide. It's a 6-car group for the lead, as Hyper will take... Oh, no, Danger Man's joined. Gliska's fallen back a little bit. So Gliska may catch... We may see more cars catching us before the end of this lap, depending on what transpires further back. Oh, no, the turquoise car is gone, it would seem. That's a shame. That is unlucky. Street Furniture will get the better of you from time to time. We've got a big run to the outside of all of this. Blakey's going to have nowhere to go. I'm going to have to give plenty of space because there are 2 cars on the inside. We still get the run off the exit there. I'm kind of surprised. Not going to complain. Those guys want to keep fighting. I'd like to have the numbers thinned a little bit for the madcap dash to the finish line, if at all possible. We're gonna lose out to the pink car. Yeah, Impega will get us. I prefer that line. However, Impega had the speed to get past us. What are we going to be able to do? I've kind of found I shouldn't say anything because I know what Karma will do, but I've kind of found a rhythm, and when you get it right with this car, it is... As I said, I really want to like this car. I think this track is a little tough for it with some of the bumps in some regards, but yeah, it's brilliant and terrifying and almost a constant near-death experience. Are we going to do this same thing that we did last time around for that last? Don't let me get beaten by Impega on a bloody battle to the finish line. Not for a second time. Not going to be able to go round there. Don't want to have a dive here either. No one really wants to be the one to have a go. I think I spotted a turquoise car. Gliska just threw it across the grass. That's, well, fair enough. This is going to be the madcap dash to the finish line. Gliska might have it, you know. If there's no shenanigans, I'm going to try and throw it up the inside. Impega ran in too deep. I threw it up the inside and Blakey got second. I had to go for it. I'll say I had to absolutely go for that one. That was my chance. Unfortunately, yeah, lost a little bit more time, a little bit too much time, and in the end I get 5th. Blakey gets 2nd. Gliska 1. Impega ends up 6th, trying to make it around the outside sticker. Just didn't quite on that final corner. Bloody hell. That's a mad race. It's a mad car, as I said. Phenomenally fast. And this is a stock one, remember. The modified one is apparently even faster. Yeah, this is a crazy quick car. When the track's right, when everything is going well, it's unbelievably good to race, but it will try and kill you. There is no doubt about it, so there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much, Fluffy Pup, for building this fantastic track for us to go racing around. And thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.